We're just about to leave our first stop along the Kaikoura coast here, Kikarengu beachfront store and parking. So a great little park over property. You pay up at the store, but then you can come and park down along the beachfront here. There's a train track and the road behind us, but that didn't really cause us too much issue last night, eh?
Yeah, just one train.
One train, but not too noisy. And there's great facilities: washing machine, dryer, toilets,
$2 shower,
$2 hot shower. And then we were welcome to this beautiful sunrise this morning. But as you can see, well, this is where we were parked up. The view is gorgeous. So we're just going to head further down the Kaikoura further down the Kaikoura coast this morning. We're looking for a little bit of swell and a little bit of surf, but it's pretty choppy out there, so we'll see how we go. So just here on my left is a huge rocky peninsula that's just full of seals, and we just passed Oahu, which is a bit of a viewing platform, so you can stop there on your way down the coast and check out all the seals sunbathing on the rocks. There was literally thousands of them. So I think we may have found where all the motorhomers are at the Kaikoura Peninsula. So we're parked up at one of the surf breaks along the coast here, and to my left, yeah, there's a van there, but all the way down here is just motorhomes and buses parked up, and there's hundreds of people out in the surf in front of us. There's actually a few breaks along here. This one in particular has, I don't know if you can see that, but has a few waves breaking out in front of us, and heaps and heaps of people out surfing of all ages. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can't convince Kane to get out there. So Ko and I have just jumped out of the van, and look at these beautiful mountains behind us, all covered in snow. And as you can see, Kane is gonna head out for a wee surf. We just parked up for the day on the Kaikoura coast here, about 10 minutes north of Kaikoura city. It is a gorgeous blue sky, clear, not a cloud in the sky day, which is just the way that we like it. I've just been out for a wee surf, my first surf in quite a few months, so that was nice to get in the water. It was pretty brisk, but you know, I've got a thick wetsuit, and you'll be surprised to hear that, well, maybe not so surprised, but over the summer I met heaps of people who were out motorhoming, had just hit retirement and had taken up surfing and bodyboarding. So well worth a try. I recommend it, and I'll flip the camera and let you see what my view looks like. That's Kane out there in the waves. whole heap of cars coming back down this road, and early this morning the cars started going up this road, so it's got me curious as to what might be up there. We think there might be some hikes, eh babe? Maybe like a few tracks, some dock scenic reserves. So we're gonna drive up this road here. If you can see the map here, we're along Puipui River, and up here is Mount Alexander. It's just under 1,200 meters above sea level. So we're gonna drive to the end of this road and check it out and see what we can find. Okay, so this is the end of that, well, the end of how far we're gonna go, because that's the bridge we need to go across to cross. And it's really beautiful. I think there's a walk you can catch, you can walk up the stream to get further into conservation land. So I'm gonna go check out that sign, but you can see the mountains and it is stunning. So we stayed at Puipui Scenic Reserve last night, which is about 6 k's off the main road just out of Kaikoura. It's a really beautiful spot, and actually up behind us it's a whole heap of mountains with snowy capped peaks on them, and there's a little loop track that takes us down to the stream, so we're just going to do that now.
Back in the early 1900s, the only way into this valley was through this stream and up through the gap just up here. That's how they used to get everything in, all the trees out that they logged. And yeah, hard times.
It's a beautiful morning here. We've just walked down to the Puipui Scenic Reserve. The stream's flowing, and right up behind me here is our snowy capped mountains. It's a really awesome spot for anybody that is keen for a bit of nature and a bit of bush. It's about, yeah, it's up a gravel road, but really manageable gravel road, perfect for motorhomers that are fully self-contained, and yeah, they have all your facilities on board, because there's no water here, or I think there's some toilets, but they look like kind of like long drops or the like. So awesome spot, Puipui Scenic Reserve. Chuck it in your and you're saved on your NZMCA app. Okay, so we are out here at the Kaikoura seal colony, and there is a great loop track that you can do. So you can either park your camper here at the colony here, or you can park in town, walk up over the hill. Where is that place where the dump station is?
By the marina, South Beach.
South Beach, by the South Bay by the marina. And then you come up and over the hill, or you can actually walk along the coast at low tide, can't you?
The walk drops down onto the coast.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we did this a few years back when we were here last. The walk drops down the hill onto the rocks, and you can actually see heaps of wildlife, rock formations and seals along there as well. And if you've parked your motorhome in town, the walkway actually goes along the coast past the, is it the pub?
What's the house? The Fife House.
The Fife House, and then the pub on the kind of corner there that has great fish and chips and food as well. So good little walk track to do if you're out in Kaikoura motorhoming, and coming and visiting the seals is a must. So if you're finding that all of this great footage of what you can do in a motorhome is inspiring you to think about motorhoming in New Zealand, reach out to the crew at TrailLite Motorhomes and Caravans. We're here to help, and I think we have the best motorhomes in the business. A really great thing about motorhoming in Kaikoura that I'm really liking so far is that there is a couple of spots that you can actually stay quite close to town, a couple of freedom camping spots, and also your paid campgrounds that you can stay in that are quite close to town. So we've just made a decision. We're going to go to Gropers for dinner and park somewhere that's in walking distance of the main city centre. We've been in Kaikoura for a few days now, and I'm really impressed with how motorhome friendly this town is. There's loads of options. There's a couple of NZMCA parkover properties, 3 paid campgrounds, including a top 10, which was awesome. We stayed there on Monday night, I think, just to top up with power, do the washing, have a hot shower. So they have really great amenities at the top 10. I think it was $50 for the 2 of us, so a good option if you want to charge the batteries and charge your phones and stuff. And then heaps of freedom camping options as well here. What we've been doing is most days we've been heading to the surf break. Some people call it graveyards, others call it meatworks. Weird names, I know, but we've been heading out there and just parking up for the day, watching the waves, having a surf, watching seals pass by. The weather has been beautiful, so we've been able to sit outside under the awning and in the sun, which has been really nice. And another thing that I have done before but that we won't do this trip is the Kaikoura Museum. When we were here last, they had a exhibit, I guess, of the earthquakes, the 2016 earthquake that happened here, and I found that information really, really fascinating, and just about what happened here back in 2016, and the road and the lifting of the seabed. Really interesting, so well worth stopping in there. And we had fish and chips from the cod and crayfish, blue cod and chips, and it was excellent. So well recommend that as a place to stop, the cod and crayfish, for some blue cod and chips while you're here. This is one of the great freedom camping spots that we've been able to stay in, just south of Kaikoura, called South Bay, and you're allowed up to 15 vehicles here. So I'll just show you what we have woken up to this morning. And now it's time for us to leave Kaikoura, and we're going to head down the coast. We were talking about going down the inland coast road, but the inland Kaikoura road, not the coast road. But the sun is shining, and Kane's thinking about trying to find a spot to have a wee dive down the coast. We've just left Kaikoura and we're heading south down the coast, and I must admit, I think this might be the most beautiful piece of road I've ever driven on. It's just gorgeous. The marine reserve has just started to my right, and this is just a little part of the road. I mean, check out that view. I think we're going to call that a wrap on Kaikoura and head back into Kaikoura to take the inland road out to Hamner Springs. We've had an awesome time here. I honestly cannot believe how great this this part of the South Island is for motorhomers. Awesome freedom camping spots, great dock sites, great walks, great ocean, great coast, good little shops and takeaways and restaurants. What more could you ask for when you're motorhoming around the South Island? So some of the spots that we went to was the Puipui Scenic Reserve. We spent the days surfing on the coast at Hapuka, Okiwi Point, graveyards, meatworks, all these fancy names for those surf spots. We stayed at South Beach. There's a great walk from town up over the hill and around the coast to the seal colony. We stayed at the eyesight in Kaikoura Main Street last night if you want to kind of spend the day looking at the shops and maybe eating in one of the restaurants and checking out some crayfish or seafood. The blue cod is great. So now, yeah, as I mentioned, we're heading back a little bit in towards Kaikoura and then taking the inland route towards Hamner Springs. So, and hope you enjoy that. You've enjoyed that episode. Our next episode, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet because we're just chasing the weather a little bit. So watch the space for our next episode.